is baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. So this is a 162 game experiment. This is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. It was my goal to play every inning and every game of a 162 game schedule. No simulated games, no skipped innings. And I did that. And now it's time for the playoffs, the second season. The real season, if you will. So, Bronx Knights advanced past the Minnesota Twins in the American League Division Series, and now it's the ALCS. Knights versus Tampa Bay Rays. It's time for Game 4. The Bronx Knights have a 2-1 lead in the ALCS against their against the ALCS. So let's jump in to the schedule. As you can see on the screen, BXK on the left side in red is up 2-1. In the NLCS, the blue on the right side of the screen, Colorado Rockies are 1 game away from representing the National League in the World Series, up 3-1 over the New York Mets. So it's time for Game 4. Here we go. Let's do this. Play full game. We are the home team at Classic Yankee Stadium. Eli Ramos, the ace of the staff. Let's rock and roll. Both teams with the best record in baseball, 107-55. Here are the starting lineups. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a broadcast of playoff baseball here at Classic Yankee Stadium as Game 4 of the American League Championship Series, Rays versus Knights, begins now. On the mound is the ace of the staff and the Cy Young Award winner this season, Eli Ramos, making his 3rd start of the postseason. His record is 2-0 with a 1.84 earned run average. He was 22-5 during the regular season. And leading off for the Rays, Brian Roberts, who is 3 for 31 in the postseason. Only 3 for 31. Here comes the first pitch of the game. In there, strike 1. First pitch, 7:05.
First pitch, 7:05.
Split finger fastball finds the zone. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Roberts. That's a deep drive. Racing over towards the right center field gap is O'Rourke. He's up. It's gone. It's a leadoff home run for Brian Roberts, his first of the postseason. And just like that, the Tampa Bay Rays have a quick 1-0 lead here in Game 4 of the ALCS. My goodness. That'll quiet down the crowd. Oof. Headed towards those bleacher creatures. Hit the stairwell. Next up is Oscar Mercado hitting 286, no homers, 2 runs batted in. And that's a line drive down the right field line. Check that left field line out of play. Ball 1. Check that, strike 1. Woo. Deep drive, same area, right center field. On his horse to the warning track, looking up, makes the catch at the 385 sign in right center field. For the first out of the ballgame, starting lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays, Brian Roberts is at second, Oscar Mercado at center field, Xander Bogaerts is the shortstop, JD Martinez in left, John Olerud is at first, Dominic Smith is the DH, Jose Ramirez at third, Aaron Judge is in right, and Francisco Mejia behind the plate, batting ninth. Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop, hitting 214, 2 homers, 5 RBIs in this postseason. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Then he pulls the ball foul for strike 1. Swing and a miss, the high fastball, 99 on the radar gun. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Bogarts. Strike 3 called, outside corner, caught him looking. There's 2 away. First strikeout of the game for Eli. Must have thought it was going to be high and then just dropped into the zone for strike 3. Next up is J.D. Martinez. He has 3 homers in the postseason, hitting .321 with 5 runs batted in. At the knees, strike 1. And that's a deep drive towards left center field. Luklitch in front of the warning track, looking up, makes the catch. The side is retired. However, Brian Roberts gives the Tampa Bay Rays an early 1-0 lead here in the top of the first inning in Game 4 of the ALCS. Knights are coming to bat. On the mound is Juan Marshall, Hall of Fame pitcher, 17-7 and 3.37 earned run average. Is his first start of the postseason. And leading off for the Bronx Knights, Mighty Max Luklitch, hitting .265 with 2 runs batted in during the postseason. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Marshall.
At the ball.
Slider inside, ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
And I think that hit him. Yeah, hit him. So the leadoff man is on for the Knights. Max is given first base, got him right on the thigh. So next up is Don Mattingly, the first baseman. Donnie Baseball is hitting .250, a homer and 5 runs batted in. He had a 3-run home run in yesterday's contest. Runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Looked like it was outside, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is no balls and 1 strike on Mattingly. And he slices it down the left field line. Long run for J.D. Martinez. Near the line, he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Nice play by J.D. left. Starting lineup for the Bronx Knights. Max Luklitch is in center. Don Mattingly at first. Chris Ramos is the second. Michael O'Rourke in left. Jacob Salazar is the shortstop. Matt Saps is the DH. And Francisco Lindor, defensive replacement, injury replacement in right. Matt Termini is at third. And Anthony Millo is behind home plate. Chris Ramos, the American League's most valuable player this season, takes a pitch high for ball 1. He's hitting .300, a homer, 4 RBIs in the postseason. Luklitch leads off first. And he's going. Pitches outside 2-0. Throw down to second is not in time. It is a stolen base for Max Luklitch. And there is now a runner in scoring position, the tying run here with 1 out. Max had 39 stolen bases during the regular season. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on Chris Ramos. Low, 3 balls, no strikes. Will he have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not, because I do not swing on 3-0. And it's in there. Strike 1, hitters count. Mike Fillmore is the home plate umpire, calling balls and strikes. And before we go any further, I'm going over to options, pressing gameplay. Hitting difficulty is on All-Star. Pitching difficulty is on All-Star. Every single game of this franchise has been on All-Star, and just for accountability's sake, I figured I should show it at least once. And that ball is hit high and deep, but playable at the warning track. There is 2-way, no advances on the base path. Postseason bracket. So the Colorado Rockies in the National League Championship Series advance to the World Series and will meet the winner of this season, this series, the ALCS, Winner versus the Knights and the Rays. So, cleanup hitter, Michael O'Rourke playing left field, is hitting 300, a homer, 7 runs batted in. Runner at second, 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Marichal sets and deals. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Swings and over the top of the screwball, count as quickly. No balls and 2 strikes on O'Rourke. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-0 lead for Tampa Bay here in Game 4 of the ALCS. Outside, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. 1-0 lead for Tampa Bay. Catches him on the outside corner. Strike 3 called, side retired. So after 1 inning of baseball here in Game 4, Tampa Bay leads 1-0. We go to the top of the second inning. Up steps John Olerud, the first left-handed hitting first baseman for the Tampa Bay Rays. Comes a pitch from Eli Ramos. And he flares it the other way. There is O'Rourke, makes the catch, 1 pitch, 1 away. Defensive alignment for the Bronx Knights in the outfield from left to right is O'Rourke, Luklitch, and Lindor in right, taking the place of the injured Benny Cicero. And in the infield is Termini, Salazar, Ramos, and Don Mattingly, with Anthony Millo behind home plate. Next up is Dominic Smith, hitting .370 in the postseason with 5 homers and 10 runs batted in. He has been on fire. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Pitch is low, ball 1. Welcome to the stream. This is Bronx Knights Baseball. Please like the video if you're watching on YouTube. It really helps. And he fouls off the slider. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Circle change is low. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Fouls it behind home plate upstairs. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away here on top of the second. Tampa Bay has a 1-0 lead here in Classic Yankee Stadium. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There's 2 away. It's Ramos' second strikeout of the ball game. So next up is Jose Ramirez, the third baseman. He's hitting .273 with 2 homers, 4 RBIs here in the postseason. Base is empty. Strike 1. Circle change floats in there for strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Ramirez. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side retired. So after an inning and a half of baseball here at Classic Yankee Stadium, the score remains Tampa Bay 1, Bronx Knights 0. So we go to the bottom of the second inning. Up steps the switch hitting shortstop, Jacob Salazar. He's hitting .241 with 4 runs batted in this playoff stretch. Juan Marichal sets and delivers. And it's a 1-hopper to the shortstop. Bogarts throws across, 1 pitch, 1 away here in the bottom of the second. Hi, just picked up the phone to check and see if you'd posted when the game before was going to be. Well, defense, well, listen, I'm glad that you are available. Thank you so much for joining the stream, Wicked. Much appreciated. Up steps Matthew Saps here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. He is the DH today. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Saps hit .310 with 33 homers and 109 RBIs during the regular season. Pitch is low, count is 2 balls and no strikes. I'm just glad that I didn't play the Boston Red Sox in the playoffs in this run. And it is a two-hopper to Xander Bogaerts, throws across the diamond, and there's 2 quick outs here in the second. You probably would have been conflicted. Wouldn't want that. So Francisco Lindor, the right fielder, steps up. He is given the job after they lost Benny Locicero for the rest of the postseason. He's a switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Marichal. Checks his swing, pitches low, ball 1. And he fouls off the breaking ball, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Figure if I play game 4 this afternoon, at some point I can maybe squeeze in game 5 later on tonight. Although I am looking forward to watching the Outlander show because he's running a John Madden football franchise. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Francisco. Just fouls off the breaking ball. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. Tampa Bay leads 1-0 here in this game 4 of the American League Championship Series. Inside, full count, 3-2. Matt Termini, the third baseman, is on deck. Here comes the payoff pitch. Did he check it? Yes, he did. So the inning will continue. It's a 2-out walk. And up steps Termini. Matt Termini's hitting .280 here in this postseason, 7 for 25. Lindor leads off first. And he's going on the first pitch. Throw down to second is in time. Throws him out to retire the side. Termini will have to go back up there next inning, next half. Here's the throw from Mejia, right on the money, end of 2. Tampa Bay leads 1-0. So we go to the top of the third. Aaron Judge, the right fielder, is hitting .250. 1 homer, 2 runs batted in. Leads off. Swing and a miss at the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Strike 1. Swings over the top of the split-fingered fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Judge. Fouls it behind home plate. Count will remain 0-2. Misses outside and low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And it is a ground ball against the shift, the vacated second base hole. It is a leadoff single for Aaron Judge here for the Tampa Bay Rays in the top of the third. If they had the shift on, everyone was shifted over towards the left side. Had Ramos been playing in his normal vacated second base spot, maybe he would have had to play. So the number 9 hitter, Francisco Mejia, is hitting .235 in the postseason, up there with nobody out and a runner at first. And he yanks the fastball foul for strike 1. And he lines it the other way. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Mejia, the catcher. Pulls the slider foul. So the Bronx Knights lead 2-1. They lost game 1 4-2 and then came back to win game 2 and 3 to take a 2-1 lead. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the fastball. Mejia goes down swinging. That's strikeout number 4 for Eli. Here's the replay. Blew it right past him. Couldn't even get the barrel around in time. So next up is the leadoff hitter, Brian Roberts, who led this game off with a solo home run. He's accountable for the only run in this ball game. Slices it foul for strike number 1. Fouls off the curveball. Count is 0-2. Brian Roberts had 176 hits during the regular season. Runner leads off first. And he's late on the fastball. Fouls it off. Nope. Misses low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Down is 1 and 2.
Swing and a miss. Misses the split finger fastball, 2 away. Strikeout number 5 for Eli. He gave up a leadoff home run, but since then has settled in to mow down the Rays. Next up, Oscar Mercado. 2 down, runner at first. He's 0 for 1. The pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. Strike 2, right on the corner. No balls, 2 strikes on Oscar. And he skies it the other way. Lindor is there, makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of 2.5 innings of play here at Classic Yankee Stadium. Game 4 of the ALCS. Tampa Bay leads 1-0. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Matt Termini steps up again. He was up to the plate when Lindor was caught stealing, so he still deserves his at-bat. Swings at the first pitch and skies it to right. Aaron Judge makes the catch. 1 quick out here in the bottom of the 3rd. So the lineup, we'll see it's number 9 hitter, Anthony Millo, who has 2 homers and 6 RBIs in this postseason. He only had 16 homers during the entire regular season. Chases the slider outside, strike 1. Again out in front of the slider, count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Millo. Oh, and it hits him. That's the 2nd Knights batter that's been hit in this ball game, and he doesn't look too thrilled about it. And Marichal doesn't really care, just stares him down on the way to first. So, anyway, it's a free pass for Millo with 1 out. Leadoff man Max Luklitch steps up. No official at bat because he was hit by a pitch in the very first inning. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Classic Yankee Stadium torn down in 2008 to make way for the new Yankee Stadium, which was built across the street. And it is a bloop to center field. It will be caught by the center fielder Mercado. So that's the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Hung up there long enough for Oscar Mercado to chase it down. So next up is Don Mattingly. Donnie Baseball is 0 for 1. Flew out in the 1st. Millo is at first base. 1-0 lead for Tampa Bay. That's a line drive, base hit to center field. And there'll be 2 runners on with 2 away here in the 3rd. Just a line drive right up the middle. And up steps the most valuable player of the league this season, 2nd baseman Chris Ramos. Batting from the left side, 2 for 13 in this series. Pitches high and outside, ball 1. He had 66 homers and 169 runs batted in during the regular season. Right now he has 2 runners on and 2 out. 1 run lead for the Tampa Bay Rays. Takes the next pitch low, ball 2. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. So the count goes 3 balls and no strikes. He's obviously pitching him very carefully. On deck, however, is no slouch, Michael O'Rourke. 1 more ball and the bases will be loaded with 2 outs. I am not swinging on 3-0. I'm taking a pitch. And thought it was a ball, but the home plate umpire gave him a wide strike zone. Hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike. All bets are off. Here we go. Ball 4, and he calls that one a ball. Well, maybe it was a makeup call. In any event, the bases are now loaded. One-hit batsman, 2 walks. Let's look at the location of this pitch. That was a strike, ladies and gentlemen. But the home plate umpire, Harry Fillmore, called it a ball. So bases are loaded. Michael O'Rourke steps up. It's his second plate appearance. Struck out in his first at-bat. There's nowhere to put him. Here comes a pitch from Marichal. And he swings at the first pitch and skies it to center field. Should be an easy play from Mercado. And the Knights leave the bases loaded here in the third. At the end of 3 innings of play in Game 4 of the American League Championship Series, Tampa Bay leads 1-0. So we go to the top of the fourth. Speaking of the shortstop, I wasn't speaking of the shortstop. I don't know why I said that. Xander Bogaerts steps up to lead off the inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Chases the slider. Count is 0-2. And he just gets a piece of the changeup. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Xander Bogaerts. Ground ball through the left side. It is a leadoff single for Bogaerts here in the top of the 4th inning. They had the shifted infield, but he still knocked it through. So J.D. Martinez, who has 3 runs here, 3 home runs in the postseason, steps up to the plate, takes a fastball low, ball 1. In this series alone, he's 4 for 13 with 2 homers. Pitch is high, count is 2 balls and no strikes on Martinez. Runner leads off first. Out in front of the slider, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Checks the swing, curveball's inside. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike on JD. John Olerud, the first baseman, is on deck. Swing and a miss, the fastball. Count will be full, 3 balls and 2 strikes, nobody out, runner at first. It's already a 1-0 lead for Tampa Bay. Pops him up. In foul territory, Mattingly makes the catch for the first out. So John Olerud, the first baseman, strolls to the home plate box. Steps in from the left-hander's box. Pitch from Eli. And that's a deep drive to right, but playable for Francisco Lindor. He makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. And up steps Dominic Smith, who's hitting .357 in the postseason. He has been a thorn in their side. Just like right now, he flares it the other way for a base hit. So now there'll be 2 runners on and 2 away. Runners at first and second. Just kind of shoots it the other way in front of O'Rourke in left field. So next up is Jose Ramirez, who struck out in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. 2 runners on, 2 away. Pitch is low, ball 1. Checks the swing, but the pitch is in there. Strike 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Chases a circle change. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. The side is retired. 2 runners left on. After 3.5 innings of play here at Classic Yankee Stadium, Game 4 of the ALCS, Tampa Bay still leads 1-0. So here in the bottom of the 4th, Jacob Salazar, the shortstop, steps up. He's 0 for 1. Marichal is on the mound. And he, out in front of the changeup, pulls it down the right field line. Strike one. Jacob Salazar hit .322 during the regular season. He had 17 homers and 100 RBIs. And this one is flared out into left center field. It is off the glove of J.D. Martinez. It's going to be a single. I mean, they could give him an error because he did get glove on it, but it would be a miraculous play, diving catch. So here's the replay. I think it should be a single. Almost made a fabulous catch. So next up is Matthew Saps. Runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Pitches on the outside corner, strike one. Saps is hitting .250 for the playoffs. Salazar leads off first. Quick throw to first, keep it close. Again, throw over. He's going. And the pitch is fouled off at home plate, so he'll have to go back. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Matt Saps. Low in the dirt, blocked nicely by Mejia. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he's out in front of the slider. He gets him. That's out number 1 here in the fourth. Marichal's second strikeout of the game. Just couldn't lay off of that breaking ball on the outside corner. So next up is Francisco Lindor. He walked in the second inning. He's batting from the left side. Again, he's going. Pitches in there for strike one. Throw down to second is not in time. Salazar steals second. So now there'll be the tying run in scoring position with 1 out for Lindor. Count is no balls, 1 strike. And he lines the fastball down the left field line. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Pulls it foul. Little out in front. Count remains 0-2. Oh, it hit him. That's the 3rd batter hit by Marichal. So there'll be runners at first and second now with 1 away. He just keeps hitting batters. I mean, the Tampa Bay Rays are lucky. I think he's hit 3 batters and walked 2, and still he's pitching a shutout. Termini steps up. He's 0 for 1. Runners at first and second, 1 away here in the fourth. He had 81 runs batted in during the regular season. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Strike 1. And he pulls the changeup foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Termini. Just gets a piece of the slider to stay alive. And again, just gets a piece of that nasty slider. And he slices this to the right fielder. Judge makes the catch for the second out. No advance on the bases. They stay where they are at first and second. So next up is the number 9 hitter, Anthony Millo. He's hitting .273. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. 2 runners on, 2 away. Tying runs at second. Go-ahead runs at first. And he swung, couldn't hold back. Pitch was in the dirt, strike 1. Swing and the pitch in the dirt. Count is 0-2. Both pitches in the dirt. 2 balls become 2 strikes. But this one, he hits the center field. It drops in there for a bloop base hit. Rounding third and heading home it's an RBI single, and the ball game is tied at 1 here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. A 2-out hit for the number 9 hitter, Anthony Millo, and it is Millo time. So you had him 0-2, took a chance, threw it down the middle. So now it's runners at first and third, still 2 outs. Leadoff man Max Luklitch is up. He's officially 0 for 1. Pitches outside, ball 1, and he's hit by a pitch. He has a stolen base. In order to get that runner home from third, they're going to need another hit here with 2 outs. And they're going to have it. This one's going to drop in. And he's going to make it to second. He's making the turn at third. He's heading home. The throw to the plate is in time, and the side is retired. But they take the lead on the 2-out double by Max Luklitch. And at the end of 4 innings of play, it's the Bronx Knights leading 2-1 here in Game 4 of the ALCS. So, top of the 5th. Eli Ramos is still out there, and it's now has a 2-1 lead. Aaron Judge steps up to the plate. Pitches outside, ball 1. Way out in front of the curveball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Judge. Real life Judge plays for the New York Yankees. Swing and a miss at the fastball, 98 on the radar gun. Well, you're not kidding, so am I. Because Juan Marichal was pitching his behind off. I mean, he was hitting batters and walking people, but he kept throwing that slider that I couldn't seem to get the bat on. So, oh, that's a deep drive to left. Back goes O'Rourke to the track, the wall, looking up. He makes the catch with his hand on the wall for out number 1. That was almost a tie ball game. Woo. So the number 9 hitter, Francisco Mejia, struck out in the 3rd. He steps up to the plate with 1 away here on the top of the 5th. Bronx Knights lead 2-1 here in this best of 7 ALCS. Pitches off the plate inside, ball 1. Welcome to the stream. This is Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robbin. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Finds the outside corner, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he fouls off the curveball, count is 1-2. Ground ball. Salazar on the second base side of second base. Makes the throw. The shift was on. So there's 2 away. Nice play by Salazar. Returns to his normal shortstop position. So next up is Brian Roberts, 1 for 2, led off the game with a solo home run. Here's the pitch from Eli. And he lines it down the left field line into the seats for strike number 1. Checked his swing, but home plate umpire says that was a strike. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Brian Roberts. It's a 2-1 lead for the Bronx Knights here in Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. And that is a flare to the opposite field in front of O'Rourke. He makes a big turn at first base, but he'll stay at first with a single. So 2-out single for Brian Roberts. Just kind of serves it into left field. So up next is the center fielder, Oscar Mercado. Oscar is 0 for 2. Pitches outside, ball 1. Ground ball up the middle. Makes a turn, throws to first in time. Side retired. Beautiful play by Salazar at short. After 4.5 innings of baseball here in Game 4 of the ALCS, the Bronx Knights lead 2-1. Woo-wee. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Up steps Don Mattingly. Donnie is 1 for 2 with a single today. Marichal is still out there pitching. And he yanks this one down the right field line into the corner. He makes a turn. Nice carom. Strong throw to second, but not in time. It is a leadoff double for Mattingly, and he's 2 for 3 in this game 4. Let's look at this. Just goes after the first pitch and pulls it down the right field line. And he never hesitated around first. Not a lot of speed from Mattingly, that's for sure. But he gets in there with a double. So now next up is Chris Ramos, the reigning most valuable player in the American League. He walked in the 3rd inning. And that's a line drive which will find the gap, the right center field gap. Rounding 3rd and heading home is Mattingly. It's going to be an RBI double for Chris Ramos, and the score is now 3-1. Bronx Knights lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Oh yeah! Oof! Next up is the left fielder Michael O'Rourke. He has a runner on second base in scoring position. Still nobody out. Bullpen is active for the Rays. Checks a swing, but umpire says it found the outside corner. Strike 1. Michael is 2 for 13 in this American League Championship Series. Outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Michael in his last 5 games is 6 for 19. Down and in with the slider, 2 balls and 1 strike. Ramos leads off second, Chris Ramos. And he skies it to mid left center field. Mercado makes the catch for the first out here in the 5th. Next up is the shortstop, Jacob Salazar, who singled and scored a run. He's 1 for 2 in this ball game. And he hits it high and deep, but playable in right for Aaron Judge. Makes the catch. So now there are 2 away here in the 5th. Ramos stays at second base, no advance on the bases.
Number 31.
Next up is Matt Saps, who's 0 for 2. Checks the swing. Slider is low. Ball 1. Again, runner leads off second is Ramos. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. In the dirt, bounces away. No advance by Ramos at second. Mejia recovered quickly with the ball. The count is 2 balls and no strikes on Matt Saps. And it's in the dirt again. And this time he's going to third. Strong throw to third is safe. He's in there. Oh, it's a lucky call at third. I thought he's got the tag down. Let's look at the replay. In the dirt, Mejia tosses the faceplate off, tosses it to second, but they don't show the replay. Thanks, Booth. So, 3-0 count. I'm not swinging on 3-0. Go ahead, Marichal. Throw ball. That one's right down the middle for strike 1. So a hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Runner at third, 90 feet away, is another insurance run. And he walked him. Ball 4. So there'll be runners at first and third with 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Up steps Matt Termini. Or check that. No, Francisco Lindor. Pardon me. Playing right field in the place of the injured Benilo Cicero. Lindor does not have an official at-bat. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. 2 runners on at first and third. 2 outs. Pitch is high and outside, ball 1. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. I would send the pitching coach out there to have a conversation with him. His control is all over the place. Fouls off the high fastball. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. I mean, he is a veteran and a Hall of Famer. Still, he's a human being. He's obviously losing control with each pitch. Pitch is low. Count is 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitter's count on Lindor. Way out in front of the changeup. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runner at first will be in motion with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he pulls it high and deep, but foul. Count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th, runners lead off first and third. A 3-1 lead for the Bronx Knights here in Game 4 of the ALCS. And he walks the bases, loaded. I mean, it's bizarre. It's almost as if the manager is saying to Juan Marichal, you're on your own. You're an island in the middle of the ocean. No, apparently he said enough is enough. In comes the left-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher, Marco Gonzalez, who's pitched twice in the postseason and has a loss for each time. He's 0-2 with a 10.38 earned run average. He will face Matt Termini, the third baseman, who's flown out twice. He's 0-2 today. Bases loaded, 2 away. 2-run lead for the Knights. Curveball's inside for ball 1. Termini had 11 home runs during the regular season, 81 runs batted in. And that's slicing down the right field line. It's a chance, but it will go foul. And the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. He's shooting for that right field line, but foul ball. And he just gets a piece of the changeup. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Termini. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Mejia. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the 5th. Gonzalez sets and delivers. And it's a slow hopper to the second baseman. Roberts throws to first in time, and they leave the bases loaded. However, an RBI double by Chris Ramos extends the lead, and at the end of 5 innings of play, it is an official ball game. Game 4 of the ALCS, Knights versus Rays. Knights lead 3-1. So, top of the 6th, Xander Bogaerts steps up. He has a single in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2. Right down the line, but Termini was played perfectly. Long throw to first, in time, 1 pitch, 1 away. He was literally standing on the third base line, so easy play from Matt Termini at third. Next up is J.D. Martinez. He's 0 for 2 today, hitting .300 for the postseason. And he's late on the fastball, strike 1. Misses with the slider outside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Martinez. Swing and a miss at the high fastball, 97 on the radar gun. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at the split finger fastball. There it's 2 away, and that's strikeout number 7 for Eli. That was not a strike. He just got him to chase it. So next up is the left-handed hitter, John Olerud. It's a 2-run lead for the Bronx Knights here in Game 4. And it's a lazy fly ball the other way to O'Rourke in left. And he makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Eli Ramos. And after 5.5 innings of play here in Game 4, Bronx Knights lead 3-1. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Up steps the number 9 hitter, Anthony Millo. Anthony has an RBI single today. In there on the inside corner, strike 1. 2 right-handers warming in the Tampa Bay bullpen. Ryan Helsley and Dominic Leone. Count is 0-1 on Millo. And that's a deep drive. But right in front of the warning track, J.D. Martinez in left makes the catch for the first out. So the lineup turns over. Max Luklitch is a switch hitter. He's now batting from the right side against the lefty Gonzalez. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Max is 1 for 2. Pitch is low, ball 1. Pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes on Max. 3-1 lead here in Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. 2-1 lead for the Bronx Knights. And it's droops. It will it. Yes, it. Oh, he drops it. He's going to second. Strong throw to second is not in time. So it was a brilliant attempt by Aaron Judge in right field to make a shoestring diving catch. But unfortunately, he traps it under his body, and by the time he picks up the ball and throws it to second, Luklitch with his speed makes it all the way to second base. So they'll have a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 6th. Next up is Don Mattingly, left-handed batter against the lefty pitcher. He's 2 for 3 today with a single and a double. Pitch is in the dirt, blocked nicely by Mejia. No advance on the bases. Mattingly in this championship series is 3 for 16 with a homer and 3 RBIs, a 3-run homer yesterday in Game 3. Sinking fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Pitch is low, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Luklitch leads off second. It's a 3-1 lead for the Knights here in the 6th. And he serves it into left, but there is J.D. Martinez who makes the catch for out number 2. So next up is the reigning American League most valuable player, Chris Ramos, who in his last at-bat hit an RBI double. He's 1 for 2, and the manager of the Tampa Bay Rays says, no. Intentional walk, send him to first. I'm not pitching to him. So it'll be first and second with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. But the next man up is no slouch. His name is Michael O'Rourke. During the regular season, he hit 38 homers and drove in 117 runs. So with 2 outs, Michael, who's 0 for 3, steps up to the plate. He's a left-handed hitter against the lefty Gonzalez. Curveball is low, ball 1. Yesterday in Game 3, he was 0 for 4 with a strikeout. He's 0 for 3 today. And he yanks the cut fastball down the line. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners lead off first and second here. Sinking fastball is low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Luklitch at second, Ramos at first, O'Rourke at the plate. Down and in, bounces away, but again, no advance on the base paths. But now it's a hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Runners lead off first and second. It's already a 3-1 lead here in Game 4. Walked him. So the bases will now be loaded again in consecutive innings. 2 outs for switch hitter Jacob Salazar, who's 1 for 3 with a single today, who will turn around and bat from the right side against the lefty Marco Gonzalez. Nowhere to put him. Pitch is low and inside with the cut fastball. Ball 1. And he pulls it high and deep, but foul. Out in front on the changeup. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Salazar. Salazar had 17 home runs during the regular season. And he grounds it to the third baseman, over to second for the force, and they leave the bases loaded. After 6 innings of play here in Game 4 of the American League Championship Series at classic Yankee Stadium, the Bronx Knights, up 2 games to 1, lead this contest 3-1. So we go to the top of the 7th. Eli Ramos, on short rest, is still out there pitching. He will face Dominic Smith, who's 1 for 2. Before that, I'm going to the manager's office in the bullpen. I'm going to warm up I'm going to warm up Caleb Smith, and I'm going to warm up Carlos Estevez just in case. So here we go, top of the 7th inning, 3-1 lead for the Bronx Knights. Fouls off the 98-mile-an-hour fastball, strike 1. Eli Ramos is the ace of the staff. He won 22 games during the regular season. He is 2-0 in the postseason. And Dominic Smith pops it up into foul territory. Mattingly is there, and there's one away here in the 7th. Welcome to the stream. This is Bronx Knights Baseball. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Next up is the third baseman, Jose Ramirez, who struck out twice today, hitting .250 on the postseason. Comes the pitch from Eli. Just misses low and inside, ball 1. And Eli does not like the call. He thought it was in there. Had a little something to say to the home plate umpire. Slider in there, strike 1. Pitch is low, 2 balls and 1 strikes. Should the Bronx Knights win Game 4, they will be up 3-1 in a best-of-7 series. And therefore, they will be facing elimination in Game 5 at Yankee Stadium. Outside corner, strike 2, count is evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So this game is crucial for the Bronx Knights if they don't want to go back to Tropicana Field. Just misses inside off the plate, count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases empty. 3-1 lead for the Knights. And he just misses, and Ramos can't believe it. He thought it was a strike, but it's a 1-out walk. And now the tying run will come to the plate. Aaron Judge is 1 for 2. 3 for 12 in the series. Checks the swing, but it's in there, strike 1. Misses outside with the changeup, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Misses high and tight, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike, and the pitching coach wants to go out there and talk to Ramos, calm him down, because he can see the look on his face that he's getting squeezed by the home plate umpire, and he doesn't want his frustration to get the best of him. As you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, the confidence is high, the energy is low. Very soon, Eli is going to hit the showers. So count is 3 balls, 1 strike. Tying run is at the plate. Comes the pitch. And he fouls off the fastball. Count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And it's a line drive towards the left field corner, and it will bounce all the way to the wall. And it will be runners at 2nd and 3rd with only 1 out. The tying runs are in scoring position here in the top of the 7th inning for the Tampa Bay Rays. O'Rourke got the ball back in as fast as he could, but couldn't prevent him from hitting a double. So, up next is Francisco Mejia, the number 9 hitter. And we're going to the bullpen. It's a tough spot. The switch hitter, righty. Carlos Estevez is coming in the game to pitch. So Don Mattingly, the 50-year-old version, is the manager of the Bronx Knights. He makes the call for the right-hander, asks his ace to give him the ball. He does so. He's in the position to win. The 2 runners on are his responsibility. In comes Carlos Estevez, who's pitched in 3 games. He's pitched 5 innings and he's given up 1 run in 5 innings, 5 strikeouts. Ramos can win, Eli Ramos, but cannot lose. Here's the pitch from Estevez. inside off the plate, but called a strike by Fillmore, the home plate umpire. Francisco Mejia is 1 for 9 in this series. Misses outside with the slider, 1 ball and 1 strike. Checks the swing, but the 101 mile an hour fastball. Talk about triple digits. It finds the corner. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mejia. And he yanks the slider foul out in front. Obviously, he was looking for that fastball. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. The slow breaking ball caught him looking. And there's 2 away. Runner at third did not score. So next up is Brian Roberts. Leadoff man. He's 2 for 3. He has a single and a home run today. He can tie this ball game with a single here in the top of the 7th inning. Carlos Estevez sets and delivers. And he swings at the first pitch and skies it to right. There is Lindor. He makes the catch. Side is retired. So get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. It's Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. Knights versus Rays. Bronx Knights lead 3-1. So bottom of the 7th. Tyrone and Alyssa Ruff, what's up? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I really do. This is Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. It's the end of a long run of games in a created franchise. The Bronx Knights are up 2-1 in a best-of-7 series. They have a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. And up steps Matthew Saps, who's 0 for 2, but he walked in the 5th inning. Here comes the pitch from Helsley. Swing and a miss at the 99 mile an hour fastball. Strike 1. He throws hard. My goodness. Down and inside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Low, 2-1. Checked his swing, pitch was high. Now it's a hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here it comes from Helsley, if you will. And he walks the leadoff man. So they're down by 2 here in an important playoff game. He comes in out of the bullpen. What's he do? He walks the first batter he sees. That will give acid indigestion to any baseball manager alive. So next up is Francisco Lindor playing right field. He walked in this ball game. Runner at first, nobody out. Pitch is inside, ball 1. When do you stream so I can watch it? Well, to be completely honest with you, I don't have any preset times as to when I stream. I really appreciate the fact that you want to watch. Thank you so much. Cut fastball finds the strike zone. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. I kind of just do it when I feel like doing it at the moment because it's for fun. And once you set a schedule, it's kind of like a job. I mean, who wants to be forced, even though it's playing video games, who wants to be forced to do something that's supposed to be for fun? Ground ball, base hit up the middle, and there'll be runners at first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. I will take it under consideration, though. I should set some sort of a schedule. I just have not done so yet, but thank you for asking. I usually play in the afternoons and evenings. So with 2 runners on and nobody out, up steps the third baseman Matt Termini, who takes the pitch low, ball 1. Termini's 0 for 3 today. Pitch is outside, count is 2 balls and no strikes. Ryan, it looks like he's having difficulty finding the strike zone. That time he got the fastball in there and Termini was late, fouled it off, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Saps is at second, Francisco Lindor is at first. And it's a ground ball to the right side and through. It's a base hit, rounding third and heading home is Saps. He will score. It is an RBI single from Matt Termini, and the Bronx Knights now lead by 3. It's 4-1 here in Game 4 of the ALCS. It's just a ground ball through the right side. Brian Roberts makes a dive at it, can't get the ball. What's my favorite food? Well, I love barbecue sauce. That's the first thing that popped into my head. I know barbecue sauce is not a food. Grounds it to the third baseman, over to second for one. Back to first, a double play. But the runner scores. The runner scores. So he doesn't get the RBI. The runner from third scores. They exchange 2 outs for a run, and it's now a 4-run lead. Bronx Knights lead 5-1. Thank you, Wicked Quixotic. I agree with you. So Max Luklitch is 2 for 3. He steps up there with the bases empty and 2 away. And that looks like it's going to be a bloop base hit. And it is. It drops in front of Mercado for a single. So with 2 outs, the inning continues as Luklitch bloop single to center field. So what's my favorite food? I guess my favorite food is Framber Valdez comes into pitch. He's a left-handed pitcher to face Don Mattingly, the left-handed batter. What is my favorite? I mean, I love pizza, but doesn't everybody love pizza? And also, you got to realize I'm from New York. From what I understand, there are other parts of the country that does not have good pizza, but New York has great pizza. Pitch out, nothing doing. No, Luklitch was not stealing on the pitch, so the count is 1 ball and no strikes to Don Mattingly. He is 3 for 17 in the series, but he's 2 for 4 today, so his bat is coming alive. It's a 5-1 lead for the Knights here in this crucial Game 4. Another pitch out. So the count is 2 balls and no strikes on Mattingly. What's your favorite food, Tyrone and Alyssa? 2-0 count on Mattingly. Throw to first. New York pizza is really good. Yeah, it's good. Bronx pizza and Queens pizza, in my opinion, is the best. If you go upstate New York, though, pizza's terrible. I hate to say it, but it's true. Fouled off the 2-seam fastball. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Mattingly. Here comes the pitch from Valdez. And looks like it's going to drop in there for a line drive base hit in the corner. The throw to third is not in time. He hits a double with 2 outs, and there'll be runners at second and third with 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. It's just a bloop down the left field line off the end of the bat. I haven't been to Queens, but I've had pizza. The Bronx, I agree with you. Yeah. What it comes down to is the rest of the country has Papa John's and Domino's, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with Papa John's and Domino's. But if you go to a really good independent pizzeria, you cannot go wrong. So first pitch to Chris Ramos, switch hitter now batting from the right side against the lefty Valdez. Takes a strike, but the manager of the Tampa Bay Rays says, no. You are not pitching to him. Walk him. I'm not pitching to the reigning American League most valuable player just as he's going to get hot. So he's awarded first base on the walk, on the base on balls. And it'll be bases loaded with 2 away for Michael O'Rourke, who had 38 home runs during the regular season. He's 0 for 3 today. And the strategy makes sense. It's a left-handed pitcher against a lefty hitter. And it looks like it's going to pay off. A slow roller, flips over, steps on the bag. Nice play by Olerud and Valdez to make the 3rd out of the inning. But at the end of 7 innings of play, ladies and gentlemen, it's now a 4-run lead. Bronx Knights lead 5-1 in this crucial Game 4 in the ALCS. Yes. So we go to the top of the 8th. Oscar Mercado, the center fielder, steps up. He's 0 for 3, grounded out in the 5th. Ground ball through the right side. It is a leadoff single for Mercado for the Tampa Bay Rays, and they have the leadoff man on here in the 8th. I have to immediately look at the bullpen and see what I'm doing. Through that hole, diving attempt by Chris Ramos. Next up is, I believe, Xander Bogaerts. Yes, he's 1 for 3 with a single today. Manager, bullpen. All right, so 2 righties and then a lefty. Caleb Smith is warming. I'm going to also get John Smoltz warming up. If he has to do a 4 or 5 out save, I don't care. The lead is worth it. So, 1 for 3 with a single. Here comes the pitch from Estevez. In there, strike 1. 99 on the radar gun. Swing and a miss. The slider out in front counts quickly. No balls and 2 strikes on Bogarts. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. Strikes him out on 3 pitches. It's Estevez's strikeout number 2. And there's 1 out here in the top of the 8th. So to set the stage, if the Bronx Knights hold the lead, they will have a 3-1 lead in a best-of-7 series, which means they would need only 1 more win to advance to the World Series. And they could do that by winning Game 5 at home at Yankee Stadium and not have to go back to Tropicana Field on the road. First pitch to J.D. Martinez is on the corner, strike 1. He is 0 for 3. Slider finds the zone at the knees, strike 2. 2 quick strikes on J.D. Runner leads off first. Out in front of the changeup, strikes him out. And he nods to him like, yeah, you got me. Strikeout number 3 for Estevez. Let's look at the replay.
The first baseman, John Olerud.
So next up, with 2 outs, is John Olerud, the left-hander. And you know what? The manager is going to go to the bullpen. I'm going to bring in the lefty, Caleb Smith, put him in the game. Caleb Smith has only pitched in 1 game, 2/3 of an inning in the postseason. This is his 2nd appearance. He was very effective during the regular season against left-handed hitters. Here comes the pitch. Just low, ball 1. John Olerud is 0 for 3, and he's hitting 174 in the postseason. In the dirt, bounces away. The runner will advance to second on the wild pitch by Caleb Smith. So runner in scoring position with 2 outs now. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. And he fouls off the 2-seam fastball behind home plate, strike 1. Just gets a piece of the changeup. The count will even at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 8th. Runner leads off second. It's a 5-1 lead for the Bronx Knights in Game 4 of the ALCS. And he fouls off the fastball, and the inning will continue. Swing and a miss at the slider, and the side is retired. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Here at Classic Yankee Stadium, it's a 5-1 lead for the Bronx Knights. And the crowd can feel it. So leading off, hitting from the right side, is the switch hitter Jacob Salazar. He's 1 for 4 with a single today. Valdez is out there for his 2nd inning of relief work. High, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Grounder to the 3rd baseman. Ramirez throws across in time, and there's 1 away.
Now batting.
Before Saps gets up, manager, bullpen. All right, so Will Smith, Dominic Smith, the left-hander, is going to be pitched by Caleb Smith. But then I think Jose Ramirez, John Smoltz going to come in for the 2nd batter. So, okay, just want to strategize with the bullpen. So with 1 out, Matt Saps is up. Pitches outside, ball 1. Saps is 0 for 2 today. Line drive, but right at Ramirez at 3rd. Makes that quick reaction to catch the ball. You can hit it hard, but you can't steer the ball. All you can do is hit it hard. So with 2 down, Francisco Lindor, switch hitter. He has a single today. Bats from the right side against Valdez. Checks his swing, pitches outside, ball 1. And it's up the first base line, sliding scoop by Olerud, steps on the bag, side is retired. We go to the 9th. Last licks for Tampa Bay. They need 4 runs to tie in this crucial, pivotal Game 4. Can they do it? Up first is the hottest hitter on the Tampa Bay lineup, Dominic Smith. He has 5 homers and 10 runs batted in the postseason. 1 for 3 today. Caleb Smith is still out there on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Strike 1 at the knees. Fouls off the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes here in the 9th inning for the Tampa Bay DH. And he hits it right into the teeth of the shift from the outfield grass. Ramos throws to first in time. 1 away here in the 9th. 2 more outs and the Bronx Knights will have a 3-1 lead here in the ALCS. They were down 1-0 after losing 4-2 in the first game, and then have won the next 2 and are on the precipice of winning 3 straight against the Tampa Bay Rays. So next up is Jose Ramirez. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And we're going to the bullpen, and we're bringing in the closer, John Smoltz. There's no reason to mess around. John Smoltz has pitched in 4 games. He has 4 saves. He's looking for, this is not a save opportunity, but he's looking to close it out. Ramirez turns around and bats from the left side against him. Hits the ball upstairs behind home plate for strike 1. Pulls it hard but foul. 2 quick strikes on Jose Ramirez. Just gets a piece of the changeup to stay alive. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 9th, 5-1 lead for the Knights. Here comes the pitch from John Smoltz. Again, fouls it back, out of play. Grounds it up the first baseline, backhanded by Mattingly, takes it himself to the bag, and there are 2 away here in the 9th, and the Tampa Bay Rays are 1 out away from being down 3-1 in a best-of-7 series. Representing the final out of the ball game is Aaron Judge. He's 2 for 3 today with a single and a double. He faces John Smoltz, the Hall of Fame starter and closer. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1. And he fouls off the changeup. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Judge. Misses high and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Out in front of the split finger fastball. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Tampa Bay Rays are down to their final strike of the game. Here's the pitch from Smoltz. And he pulls it into the camera well. Check that, slices it into the camera well. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 9th, 5-1 lead for the Bronx Knights. Here we go. Swing and a miss, strike 3, ball game over. Bronx Knights lead. Bronx Knights win 5-1 and have a 3-1 lead in the best-of-7 series in this American League Championship Series. 1 more win, just 1 more win, and the Bronx Knights go to the World Series. Winning pitcher is Eli Ramos with his 3rd win of the postseason. Ooh. Ooh. Thank you, Wicked. Oof. 1 more win. 1 more win. John Smoltz closed the door. Oh. 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Bronx Knights. 1 run, 7 hits, no errors for the Tampa Bay Rays. As you can see, they're excited. They know that they're 1 game away from the World Series after a long season. And when I say long season, I mean every game was played. No skipped innings, no simulated games. The player of the game, of course, is Eli Ramos, pitching on short rest. Goes 7 innings, gets the win. He's 3-0 in the postseason. And he is your player of the game. They're one game from facing the Colorado Rockies in the World Series. The Colorado Rockies advanced 4-1 against the New York Mets in the NLCS. So it'll be an interesting series against the Colorado Rockies. Most people believe that these two teams are the best two teams in baseball, both having won 107 games during the regular season. The Colorado Rockies were 100 wins season. Winning pitcher Eli Ramos, 3-0. Juan Marichal gets the loss. He's 0-1. And this has been a broadcast of Bronx Knights Baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much, Wicked Quixotic, for being there. Much appreciated. Later on tonight, without a doubt, I will try Game 5 to see if I can close this ALCS out. Fingers crossed. I hope I can do it. For those of you that see this after the fact on the YouTube channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps. And if baseball is not necessarily your thing, I don't know how it can't be if you watched this long. Maybe you fast forwarded to the end to find out what this final score was. Check out my other playlists on YouTube. There's lots of other video games. There's Dungeons and Dragons, which is not a video game. It's a tabletop role-playing game where a bunch of guys get together and throw dice and laugh and tell stories and act like idiots. Check that out. It's a playlist called Dungeons and Dragons. If you don't know what D&D is, it is definitely unique. Good luck. I wish you well. But in any event, here at Classic Yankee Stadium, the final, Bronx Knights win 5-1. 5 runs to 1 to take a 3-1 lead in the best of 7 series. Take care of yourselves and have a brilliant evening.